Texas football starts camp on Monday. It's that time again. We start to look at these position battles and try to figure out who's going to take the next step. I've been asking everybody, what position group do you want to see grow the most during this training camp, and which one are you going to be paying attention to?
Sure. I promise you this is going to be an answer you haven't had all week. The position group I want to see grow, the position battle I want to see is the battle of Steve Sarkisian finding a way to get the 43 new additions to be a team. Quite frankly, I think in the spring, there isn't a position battle in my mind that is more important than Steve Sarkisian getting all of these new players. And I said it to you, Harj, when we last spoke with Steve. How many times over the past 3 years did we hear Steve Sarkisian talk about culture? How many times over the past 2 years did we see him point to DeAndre Moore Jr. and Contravion Wisener as guys who embodied the culture of Texas football, and specifically say to his younger players, those are guys who you want to be like? Well, now those guys are no longer here, right? And I wrote extended thoughts on horns247.com, so I won't take up the rest of the segment. But my point is, if you pointed to those guys and said they embody our culture and they are no longer here, right? Or you pointed to Bo Barnes and Christian Clark and said, hey, these guys have been waiting their opportunity and now they get to make the most of it, right? And they're no longer here. Well, then you probably need to find a way to establish a culture for the returners who may have questions as to, man, I thought those guys embodied Longhorn culture. Well, that's true. Maybe they did embody the culture, but you know what embodies the culture a lot more? Cam Coleman. You know, embodies the culture a lot more? Raleek Brown and Hollywood Smothers. It's a combination of a talent upgrade and still maintaining that culture. Steve Sarkisian said it himself that he is having to implement that culture in February as opposed to during the summer. So what's the thing I'm looking at the most during spring? It's Steve Sarkisian implementing said culture.
I like that. I like that, E. And you're right. So far, you are the only one who brought that as the answer for the culture. I appreciate that, brother.